Good morning, kindergarten and first graders. So last week we started to learn about our shapes, and we learned about some different geometric shapes. Let's see if you remember the names. Circle, square, triangle, rectangle, oval, rhombus or diamond shape, and pentagon. We learned about drawing using those shapes, and we made a pig. I also made a cat. I also practiced drawing a horse here. On Seesaw, we also practiced drawing some animals, and you can practice drawing some more animals here if you'd like. But if you're ready to move on, then you're going to need to get a big piece of paper from your drawing folder. Big piece of white paper. We're going to be using our pencil first and then coloring. And we use our pencil first because, of course, we can erase it. All right, so I have my big white paper, and now I want to think about creating a space for all of my animals. So something to think about is all of my animals that I'm thinking about: a pig, a horse, a chicken. Maybe I'll draw a cow if I feel like I have enough time, but you only have to stick with 3 animals. All of those live on the ground. Other things that might be on a farm are like a barn and a fence and maybe a hay bale. Okay? Whenever I'm thinking about things I'm not sure what to draw, I'll look it up. But knowing that I have a lot of animals that I want to draw, and there's a lot of land I want to draw on, I'm going to have my paper this way. Landscape. This is called landscape. Okay? When our paper is long and the height is short. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and draw something called the horizon line. The horizon line is the line where the land and the sky meet. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a horizon line. I want to still be able to draw, to see some of the sky, but I want to have a lot of space for my animals, because if I drew all of my land down here, my animals would be really cramped. So instead, I'm going to create a space for all of my animals. So I'm going to draw a line, and it doesn't have to be that straight because the land isn't that straight, right? All right, now I have where I'm going to put my sky and where I'm going to put my land. I also think I might want to draw where my barn is going to be, because I think I'm going to have my barn be kind of far away. Since it's far away from me, my barn can be very small. When I'm drawing a barn, I think of drawing like a house, but I kind of make the roof tilt a little. I can also add a weather vane on the top, and I can add really big doors. Sometimes barns also have a little door on top. I might add some more details, but that looks like a pretty good barn to me. Okay, now I want to think about what else I have. So there's going to be some different places for different animals. So I might want to say, I might want to give the pigs a space right here. Okay, so this is going to be a space for the pigs. And pigs really like mud. They will roll in mud. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this a muddy spot. This is going to be mud. Okay, horses like hay. So I might make some hay over here. I'm just going to make a pile of hay over here like that. And sometimes it's hard to tell it's hay. Maybe I'll put a tool in the hay. It's like a big fork. And it helps move the hay around. Now see where my hay crossed my horizon line? I'm going to go ahead and erase that. All right. So now look at that. I have drawn a space for my animals. So I'm probably going to draw 2 or 3 pigs because I just want to draw a little bit more. I think I'm going to put my chicken here and I'm going to put my horse right here eating some hay. All right, I have to think about how big my animals are too. So I think my horse is going to be a little bit bigger because he's, horses are bigger anyways, okay? So I might draw a little shape here, sort of the body. And I'm going to draw some piggy bodies here. Maybe I'll just draw 2. And I'm going to draw where my chicken's going to be. All right, so I want my horse to be here. I'm going to go ahead and try drawing my horse. Remember, you can look at a picture of a horse. But I remember horses have long necks. No, are they super long? No, I'm not drawing a giraffe. Okay, so it's not super long. Then it's got a circle for the head and a smaller circle for the nose. Then I can connect those lines. Now I've got the horse's head. I'm going to go ahead and draw lines for its legs. And then I'm going to remember that once I draw a line, I'm going to have to make a shape out of it. So I go ahead and I draw a shape, a little rectangle shape. And I'm going to draw, all right, now that I've kind of got that whole thing mapped out, now I have to think, what lines do I want to keep? And what lines do I want to get rid of? Okay, so turn your pencil over and we're going to use the eraser. So I know that there's not really a line between the neck and the horse's body. I know there's not a line between the horse's neck and his head. I know there's not a line between the horse's head and his nose. I know there's not a line between this part, this leg here, because it's in the front. But if I want to make this leg go into the background, like it's behind this horse, I can leave that line. What am I forgetting? Oh, a lot of things right now, but the horse needs some ears. The horse needs a tail. The horse needs a mane. An eye. A smile. A nose. And some hooves. I might add some more hair up here too. And I might add a little bit of a line here so that the horse has kind of sometimes horses have that on their nose. All right, I'm done drawing my horse. Now I can go ahead and draw my pig. If I need to, I can look at my pig drawing that I drew previously. So I start with a circle. I think I want that circle to be bigger because I like that pigs having big heads. I think that's cute. I've drawn a circle for the body. I erased where it overlapped. I draw a circle for the nose. I draw some circles inside of the nose. I draw some eyes, some ears, and some little square feet, and a little piggy tail. And since he's stomping around in mud, I might make some splotches of mud and make him really happy. This piggy, I think this piggy I'm gonna have jumping, because I think that would be fun. And I think it'd be fun if he's facing away from the other piggy. He's gonna make a big splash, maybe that. So I might make this piggy have his head down, but his body kind of going up. And that way, when I draw his little feet kind of going down like this, and his other feet up here, you can be making a big splash in the mud. I erase where his head and his body is. I draw his ears. I'm going to draw his nose up a little bit because I want to make his mouth open. All right, now I've drawn my pigs. I just have my chicken left. Okay, starting on my chicken, I remember to draw a circle, a triangle for his head, a triangle for his tail or her tail, an oval for his or her head, a triangle for the beak, some kind of M shapes for the top, and his legs are kind of going to be stuck in this. Then I can erase all the lines that make it not connect there. There we go. I might add a little more ruffles here and a little more ruffles here. Add an eyeball and add some of that. All right, now I'm done with my chicken. Sometimes it's fun to mix different mediums. Mediums are the tools that we use for art. Markers are a type of medium. So I think I'm going to use my markers and then add details with colored pencils, since I have more colors in my colored pencil than I have of my markers. I'm going to go ahead and use my markers, but let's remember some rules first when we're using markers. Number 1, always put something underneath your paper in case your markers bleed through. Number 2, make sure that when you're done using a marker, you close that lid. Number 3, don't jab the markers. I like to keep the lid on the back side of my marker so that I keep a hold of it. When I'm using my marker, I'm going to use the side of my marker because it covers a lot more. I'm going to go ahead and color in my mud spot and be really, really careful while I draw around my pig because I don't want to color in my pig yet. I'm going to use the very tip of my markers to go around my pig. Sometimes it helps to outline my animal and then go in with my detail. I'm making sure, so I think it's kind of fun to also outline everything. So I'm going to outline all of my mud, outline my pig, and by outline, I'm not drawing the inside part of the pig because I don't want that to look all muddy. I also might leave some space like here for the mud's splashes that I can add detail later. All right, I've outlined everything, and now that I have it outlined, I can go ahead and start coloring with the edge of my marker. If you color in circles, you'll make sure that you don't get those stringy marks. Whenever I get close to an edge, I'm really careful and color within the lines and trying not to be messy. Once I think I'm done, I'm going to go back in and make sure that all those little white spots are cleared up. It's important to be careful and then close your marker when you're done. I'm going to go ahead and color my grass green, my hay yellow, my barn red, and I think I'm going to color my horse orange for now, but I'll add details later. I might not color my horse actually right now. I might color my animals with colored pencils. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, I'm done using my markers for now, and I'm going to do the rest in colored pencils. I kind of like sometimes mixing things up, and I can always use markers, and then I can use crayons or colored pencils on top of my markers, but I should never, ever use markers on top of crayons. It's because crayons are waxy. So, things to remember about colored pencils is there's a couple nice things about colored pencils. One, there's way more colors that you can use. I'll color this a tan color, of course. And you can get a lot more detail. But some of the downsides are that you can break it kind of easily and it looks a little lighter. So now that we know that, I'm going to go ahead and show you, okay, when it sort of works the same way. I'm going to use the tip of my pencil to draw around where I'm going to color. And then I try and use the edge of my colored pencil to color in shape. If I use a light touch, it looks lighter. if I use a dark touch, I press hard on my colored pencil, it looks dark. I'm going to go ahead and finish coloring all of the rest of my animals in with these colored pencils. Okay, I think I've finished my drawing. How I can tell that it's finished is that I've colored every part of it. There's some parts that I might want to go back in and add details with my grass, like my grass. I add like little brush marks, little grass spots. It can kind of cover up some of those little spots that sort of stick out right now. And that'll make it so that it doesn't look so silly sometimes. Wherever you've made a mistake, you can usually cover it up. You go, oops, and cover it up. Figure out how to do it. Now you can tell that everything's colored. I've created a whole scene. Okay, I haven't forgotten anything. I think I like how it looks. And as you can see, I have my horses, my chicken, my barn, my pigs, and I created a nice scene. I even added a little bit of a sunrise with some heat clouds. Whenever I'm done, I need to make sure that I put all of my colored pencils back, point up. If my colored pencils break, the tips break, I'm going to have to sharpen that colored pencil with my pencil sharpener. Make sure this is closed up tight. Now I'm all done, and I can be really proud of my work and take a picture of it and put it on Seesaw.